to our tribute to the Eras tour. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames.
Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Just a Couple of Guys. Pat Crimmins here. Ray Rogina is present as well. Hi, Ray.
Pat, how are you, sir?
Very excited about today's podcast. We're going to have Traci Bruccoleri, who is a local St. Charles graduate and a singer, and she also does a wonderful job covering for Taylor Swift. We're going to hear about her band Good Clean Fun with her husband Mike, and we're going to hear about the Taylor Swift experience where she does the cover work for Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift's Eras tour. She grew up locally, as I said, surrounded by musical talent. Throughout her career as a singer, she has opened up national tours. She has performed with Felix Cavalier of the Rascals and Dennis Stefano of the Buckinghams fame. She's a former Miss Congeniality, and she was also nominated for Tribute Artist of the Year 2024 for the 𝐒𝐬𝐲 Music Awards. Ray, do you consider yourself a Swiftie?
I am not a Swiftie. I have not attended any concerts. I really do not have any Taylor Swift albums, whatever you want to call it. But the fact of the matter is, there's no doubt the woman herself, Taylor Swift, is an icon, a music icon, a legend already. And for somebody, as we're going to learn here, because we've done our homework on this woman.
Right.
She's obviously very popular and has as she'll probably tell us, quite a schedule moving through the next couple of years and selling out all over the place, including locally. So I'm looking forward to talking to her and hearing about it. And I got to tell you, I don't know. We haven't met yet, but I'm just looking at the pictures, the promos. She looks a lot like Taylor Swift. I mean, I have to admit that the way she got her hair cut and so on and so forth, it kind of reminds me of Taylor Swift. So should be an interesting conversation.
And we're very excited to hear from her. And for those who don't know what to get Ray for Christmas, I'm thinking Taylor Swift. The CDs, the posters, the albums, etc.
Tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we all been reckless.
Come to the Hemmons and come home for the holidays. December 13th and 14th, the Elgin Symphony Orchestra and special guests, including the Elgin Master Chorale and Integrity School of Dance, present a holiday spectacular. Chad Goodman leads all your favorite songs and carols. Tickets start at just $20. Order yours online anytime at elginsymphony.org.
Billy, what are these chains for?
Has she been naughty this year?
And maybe you've been a bad boy yourself.
Well, this is Billy and Lauren here from the Diamond Air with affordable solutions to correct misbehavior of your loved one, or better yet, reward it.
You can reward that naughty behavior this year with a pair of beautiful solitaire earrings, or already have some? We'll enhance those studs by surrounding them with a halo of brilliant diamonds that we call earring jackets. And for that really naughty behavior, choose from a vast selection of colorless, ideal cut loose diamonds.
Because we buy our diamonds directly from the cutter, skipping the middle guy, you can give her designer quality at half the price.
So call 630-355-RING or come visit us at the Diamond Air, and we will help you keep that special someone naughty all year long.
With the Diamond Air, you will get a larger, better quality diamond for less, because remember, gentlemen, size does matter.
All right, we're back. Just a couple of guys, and we are fortunate to be joined by local talent and star, Traci Bruccoleri. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I thought I did a
Very
pretty good job.
Yes.
Traci, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate that. You're a local person, St. Charles High School system, I believe, right?
I am a local person, correct?
Yes. Tell us a little bit about how you got started with music, what your background is for everybody that doesn't know.
Sure. So I born and raised in St. Charles, one of my favorite places to be. And I always grew up in choir at school and grew up performing musical theater. My dad was in a band called The Boys from Illinois, Dirty Damn Buck fame. And it's just music is something I've always been surrounded by my entire life. So here I am.
And apparently you married a musician as well. You have a band with your husband, is that right?
That is correct. So we have a wedding and festival band mostly. We also perform music therapy programs for seniors. Our local band here is called Good Clean Fun. And we've gotten to open up for some pretty incredible people at the 𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐟𝐭𝐢𝐞𝐬 Theater and at the Displays Theater. And my husband actually used to tour with Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon. So yeah.
Fun, right?
Well, you have fronted for several individuals, and according to my notes, the Doobie Brothers, UFO, and George Thorogood. Not to mention, for me at least, an oldie here, Chubby Checker.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how that early part of your career evolved.
So I was working at a hospital. I was the CNA at a hospital in Wheaton, and I met my husband who was working with Good Clean Fun. That's his band. He asked me to sing with him at a wedding if I was available. Can I sing at some weddings with his band? He needed a female vocalist. And so my time at the hospital became less and less, and my time working with my now husband became more and more. And we just started doing these amazing projects. We've had some amazing opportunities. Like you said, we've opened for legends like Chubby Checker and Tommy James and the Shondells. And we'll be opening for Mickey Dolenz here in a couple of weeks. So some really great opportunities have come our way.
I would imagine that fronting and or playing with some of those individuals, and you have to pardon me for asking, but you must have some fun stories to relate to the audience here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these people that we've opened for, I like to pick their brain if I have the opportunity. And most of the time, they're very accessible. They're very nice people. They're very enthusiastic and willing to share their stories. Chubby Checker, especially, he's 82 years old now, I think, or somewhere in that range. And he sat down with me and my husband after the show and had dinner with us in the green room, and was just telling us stories about how he met Elvis and who his favorite singers are. And I mean, how many people can say that they've been able to sit down and have dinner with somebody like Chubby Checker and just listen to him tell these incredible stories? It's really something.
So we've talked a little bit about your band with your husband. I take it you guys met at some musical event, or how'd that go?
Yes. So I was actually doing a fundraiser for a friend, and he had another partner that he sang with, a gentleman by the name of Bob Abrams. And I met Bobby, and Bob was telling me about this duo act that he had with my husband, Mike. And Bobby used to tour with the Buckinghams. He was a member of the Buckinghams for 20 something years. And as I mentioned before, my husband, Mike, had toured with Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon. So Bobby kept trying to get me to come out just to see their show. And I finally was able to make it out. And I had met my husband, and they invited me on stage to sing a few songs. And that's pretty much how that
Next thing you
happened.
know, Bobby's not on the band anymore. Is that right?
Right.
I understand. Your husband's a wise man. So, you do this with your husband, the Good Clean Fun,
Mhm.
but you're also a cover talent, and mostly for Taylor Swift. Is that right?
Yes,
How did
that
that
is right.
start?
Again, my husband is just a brilliant man, and he's always trying to think of ways to stay relevant, and he's always keeping the creative juices flowing. You know, he doesn't like to be stagnant. He has some great ideas. He gets bored, I think, sometimes doing the same stuff. So he's like, what other projects can we do? And we perform a lot of weddings, and over the last 5 to 7 years or so, we've had a lot of brides that would ask for Taylor Swift. And you know, she came out with this Eras tour back in 2023, and her music really just became very relevant again, all of it. So we were getting a lot of requests for some older Taylor Swift songs, and the dance floor would just fill up like a mosh pit. It was insane. And my husband looked at me one day, we were driving to a gig, and he said, you know, we should really consider doing a Taylor Swift tribute. And I was like, there's no way that I can do this because A, there's so much material to learn. B, she has set the bar like so high with this Eras tour, right? You can't just come in and do something halfway. It has to be amazing. And like 2 months later, he mentioned it again. We really should do that Taylor Swift tribute. And I said, okay.
Now,
He bent my arm,
with respect to
twisted
your
my arm.
talent, forgive me because I haven't listened to a Taylor Swift cover from you. Um, uh, Everybody loved it. They thought you were just like her, or how does that work?
Yes, so we started this band, I think in April of 2024. And here we are. By July of 2024, we were signed by a national agency and touring the country. Um, we had our first big show in Texas, I think, in November of 2024, almost exactly a year ago to this date, was like our first big agency show. And now we are booked in states with over half the country. I think it was like 27 different states. And we are booked through the end of 2026.
Wow. And
Yeah.
this
And
is the Taylor experience, is that right?
this is, are you ready for it? A Taylor experience. And we are an Eras tour tribute. So we're not just a Taylor Swift cover band. We recreate the tour of the century is what it's been
Right.
called. It was the best-selling musical tour of all time, which is insane to think about. It's like the new Beatles.
Right. I'm a lawyer, and I wanted to know how does it work in terms of the relationship with Taylor Swift and her people, and being a tribute or a cover. What's the law involved? What do you have to do?
It's a very good question. I'm not a lawyer, but I do.
There's still time, Traci. There's still
There
time.
is still time. I do know that we are very careful with how we advertise our product. I cannot sell her merchandise. I cannot say that I'm Taylor Swift. I cannot advertise Taylor Swift's name, her name. You know, so there's certain things that we just have to be careful. But I can't use her image in advertising, which obviously all of these things, you know, just make sense. It's just kind of common sense. Um, so we don't try to trick or fool the audience. We're very we have disclaimers on all of our videos. Our Instagram page and our Facebook page have actually gotten shut down a few times because the AI bots have thought that it was a page impersonating Taylor Swift, like a fake Taylor page, which
Right.
it wasn't. So we got that straightened out, and now we have a disclaimer on all of our videos, and we're just very careful.
Do you get paid? Do you have to pay Taylor Swift every time you do a Taylor Swift song?
So that typically lands on the venue. Venues, any venue, any bar, anywhere that you hear live music, they have to pay certain there's companies like ASCAP and BMI that own the rights to these songs that they have to pay into and then pay the artist.
Your performance contract with the people who are hosting the event, they take care of all that once you give them a set list.
Correct.
And do you lose money on the deal, or is that just part of the way it works?
Nope, that's just part of the way it works. If you want to play live music anywhere, that's just how it works. Venues, like I said, bars, venues, anywhere, even if they have one of those
Karaoke?
jukebox, it's a jukebox in my mind, but they have to pay to play music like that.
Have you ever had any contact with her? Has she ever come to one of your shows and thrown fruit at you or anything like that?
She has not. She is a very, very busy woman. She has not contacted us. She has not, her team hasn't contacted us, which in my mind means we're doing everything right. I know there have been performers that her team has reached out to and they had to change their name, for example, or the way that they were advertising, but we have not been contacted. So they either, I don't want to say they're not aware of us because they're aware of everything. And we have a very large social media following. So I'm sure that they've caught wind, but I have not had any encounters.
Good. Ray?
Traci, I'm looking at your schedule on your website, and let me be clear about that website. Are you ready for it? Tribute.com. And your performance schedule is on there, and I want to note a couple of local appearances. This weekend, you're sold out Friday night in Glen Ellen.
Yes.
Saturday, you'll be at Lake Lawn Lodge in Delavan, Wisconsin. My wife, who was there last weekend for Creedence Clearwater tribute, said it's a beautiful venue, and you'll be there Saturday night, the 22nd. And then staying local again in January at the Sandwich Opera House on the 10th of January, at the Des Plaines Theater on the 18th of January, and coming home again, of course, to the Arcada Theater, March 1. Having said all that, what do you attribute this success from California to New Hampshire to Vermont and points in between? What's the focal point here? I guess I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you tell us.
Everybody wants to see the Eras Tour. It was something that was not attainable for the masses. It was, every show that she did was sold out. Every single show. She toured for almost 2 straight years doing this tour. Like I mentioned, it was the highest grossing musical tour of all time. And our show replicates that, and everybody still wants to be a part of that or wants to see it. I do 12 costume changes during our show. We have a live band that's absolutely incredible. We have a multimedia show behind us, a light show. It's a very fast-paced show. Even if you don't like Taylor Swift, even if you don't know a Taylor Swift song, we have it's such a wide variety of music. She ranges from country in her early time to indie and folk to rap to rock to 80s synth sounding back to very lyrical. It's just to, of course, pop. There's something for everyone. The kids just love it. The energy from this show is just fantastic. And I really do want to tell people, even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan and your kids want to go see this or your grandkids want to go see this, come with them. It's fun.
Given your statement before that you're booked through 26, and given the fact that you've described the fact that you and your husband are quite creative here, do you think you'll be doing some tinkering of your performance as you move forward through 25 and 26?
That's a very good question. Yes. So Taylor Swift just released a new album, brand new album just released at the very beginning of October, and we've already incorporated that into our show.
Okay.
We do, during Taylor's Eras Tour, she had a surprise acoustic set. And so nobody knew what songs she would play. She typically played the same songs. throughout the entire show, but then she had this surprise song set where she would just play, you know, a vault track or a song that the audience wasn't expecting. We do that too, to keep things fresh for our audience. Moving forward, the audience will eventually get to vote on what era they want the surprise song to be from, what album. And so yeah, we're always tinkering and kind of changing things up just a little bit to keep it fresh and to keep it exciting for everyone.
Pat?
Does your husband gloat about the fact that this was his idea and he was pushing you to do this?
Surprisingly, no,
Oh,
he
good.
doesn't. But I always make sure to give him credit because it really was his idea, and I said no at first. So I really can't take any credit for this.
So are you telling me there are no tickets available until 2027? Is that what I'm hearing? Or
No, we're sold out Friday in Glen Ellen, and then I believe Lake Lawn is sold out. I could be wrong. There might be like a dozen tickets left. And we took December off for
okay.
family time. We actually have a lot of private events in December with our Good Clean Fun band. But coming January of 2026, we are just booked pretty much every weekend through 2026. Tickets are still available. Yeah.
But yeah, tickets are available. It'd be a good Christmas gift maybe for the kids that didn't make the actual tour.
Absolutely.
So go to that website. As we ask every guest, I guess, what's the future hold? Are you going to do Taylor Swift forever, or where do you see this going?
I plan on doing Taylor Swift as long as the audience plans to come and see me do Taylor Swift.
I see.
Yes.
So if she gets canceled or the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl, you'll move on to somebody else. Is that right?
I'll move on. Like I said, we're very, very busy with the Taylor show, but we still do make time. We still are performing weddings. We make time to do the music therapy programs for seniors. We still have other musical outlets that we're very involved in. So you will probably see me out there with my other band, and hopefully this lasts for a while though.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show. We appreciate your time. I speak for Ray. I'm certain that he feels the same way. And both Ray and I hail from St. Charles. We're very proud of the fact that you're from St. Charles and you've succeeded. Ray, any final comments?
Just again, echo what Pat said. It's obvious what a talent you are. I'm proud of the fact that you're from St. Charles, and that's where the talent got started at. So I'm very proud to hear about that. And again, much success moving forward. Although I suspect that's already a foregone conclusion. Thank you again.
Thank you,
both
Traci.
so much.
Thank you, Traci. And we'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Thank you.
Gotta love this 𝐸 lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players. And you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless.
𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐟𝐭𝐢𝐞𝐬 Booth, a leading local law firm, is located on the beautiful Fox River in downtown St. Charles. Here's Ryan 𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐟𝐿.
For better or worse, there are just times people need a lawyer. Whether you are involved in a work injury, in an automobile crash, selling a home, or even planning for your estate after your passing, we're here. We're local. We're part of the community.
For more information, visit 𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐟𝐿 Booth on the web at tbfirm.com or give them a call at 630-526-4242.
And we're back with some closing comments. As I said at the beginning, Ray, very fortunate to have local talent and artists like Traci Bruccoleri to come on our show and kind of show off St. Charles a little bit. What did you think? And How many albums are you going to buy by the end of the week?
Well, I'm impressed by the storyline, and when I say the storyline, I'm talking about the fact that her husband had to talk her into this. I mean, they obviously had some success working with a local band, and it sounded like that was rolling along very well. And then all of a sudden, her husband says, "Oh, you ought to try this," and it's become instant success. And I say that only because I looked at the schedule, and we talked a little bit about it as far as the local appearances. But she's all over the country. I mean,
Right.
California. Then I saw her she's performing in Vermont, and as she said, points in between 25 to 27 states, somewhere in there. I, that's not that's not shabby.
No, this husband deserves a lot of credit. He's got a sense for business and for music, I guess.
Well, Pat, you're more of a music aficionado than I am, but isn't it true that any success along the line with these artists, the person behind the person, the one who's calling the shots and managing things, they sometimes do not get the kind of tribute they should get, and yet they're an integral part of the whole operation.
That's very true. Everybody who succeeds in anything has people around them that deserve credit. Sometimes, though, these people in show business, they have people around them that usually end up getting indicted, right? They're stealing money, the Scottie Pippen problems.
Oh,
And
you're exactly right. Kareem Jabbar, he
right,
had a bad agent as well.
right. So I'm hoping someday to succeed, and I'll keep my surroundings in the family.
Well, Pat,
Um,
I will be very happy to be the agent that gets indicted later. So,
well,
just let
Paul,
me know, brother.
I have nothing but trust in
I'll take
Paul.
the money and be indicted, and it'll all be good. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
But I do have a question for Paul. I noticed on the last couple of podcasts when he talks, all of a sudden there's an appearance of a movie star. He's portraying himself. I wonder if there's any copyright infringements there of any kind.
Almost certainly, and I have no comment on that, Your Honor. And I will deny it.
I think Paul has waived all those claims, but it's always nice to have Paul present.
There you go.
We build him up. We have this image. Well, not even an image anymore. He's just he's a thought, I guess.
No,
Pat, I have to ask you a
that's why I provided the image. Just think of me, as
Right.
as him, and everything will be fine. So,
Pat, I have to ask you a question. I know you're preparing diligently for an end of the year celebration of our podcast, and it's
Soiree.
my understanding that our crack producer may make an appearance. The question I have, though, more than anything else, is will Paul actually come on camera? I think I've had numerous people ask me, can't Paul just come on just once? And I mean that sincerely. Where's he at? I mean, and actually Kevin as well. Kevin's always behind the scenes too. I think hopefully though we'll bring both them on camera for our end of the year.
Well, your wife has some experience with the videography, so maybe she can take the video while we're interviewing Kevin and Paul. Or
I
we
would
could
like
do-
that. I would hope that he would break his behind
yeah.
behind the curtain persona and join us for the holiday festivities.
We'll see. By the way, I have some creative things in mind that you might find amusing in the next week or two. So there's a little tease for everybody.
We got to
All
call
right.
the union. I don't think creative was in the contract, but
You
we'll
don't have to
put
be
it-
creative, bro. I'll be creative.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, Traci was a delight, and we're very happy for her success. Ray, what was that website again? Do you have it?
Yes, I do. I'll be happy to, and I know that Paul will put it on the screen one more time.
Sure.
Are you ready for it? Tribute. Are you ready for it? Tribute.com. No spaces, no, just all one
Right.
flowing sentence there, or a phrase, I should say. All right.
As we leave, I thought I noticed on Traci a Kansas City Chiefs shirt.
I think
know,
that said cheese, actually.
Well, same difference, but when
They did
when
look
you,
like a Kansas City Chiefs,
when
5
you
and
cover
5 as we speak.
when you cover the talent, sometimes you adopt their
I hear you.
predilections.
I hear you.
And of course, we don't like the Chiefs. With that being said, On behalf of Ray Rogina, I'm Patrick Crimmins, and we've talked about the crack staff, I think. We've cracked already on the staff. So with that, just a couple of guys. We'll see you next time. I believe we're going to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. Man by the name of Abraham Lincoln made it the law of the land, I believe, and I always enjoy it. There's no obligation. It's just a matter of sitting and enjoying your family and a little football.
My favorite too, Pat. I agree with you 100%. And so happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and then of course Ray and Pat.
Pat and Ray.
Just a couple of guys.
And I'll be starting my baking probably Friday, and we'll be ready for Thanksgiving. I may drop a pie off, Ray.
Thank you, Pat.
Watch your stoop. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care.
So long.
Gotta love this 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐻 lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players. And you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless. We'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless. Or with a nasty scar. Gotta love this 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐻 lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. I've got a blank space, baby. I'll write your name.